Yo, what is up guys, Fer here, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that is rarely talked about in the One Piece community, and that's the missing admiral during Roger's era. Now this is going to be a short video because there's really no basis for anything in this topic, and we're going into the realms of speculation, but logical speculation. I'm not going to go too far and say Kaido was the third admiral. But that's what we're going to be discussing today because Oda is not fooling anyone. Maybe he forgot about this individual or he's just keeping it on the low. But while you guys are here, subscribe if you want to see more content and like the video. Now we know the Marine system contains 3 admirals and the Fleet Admiral being at the very top, but the main focus here is the 3 admirals because the Fleet Admiral is usually stuck at Navy headquarters giving out orders to the admirals to go on missions and stuff like that. Now why it's 3 admirals, I'm not entirely sure, but this could be related to the balance of powers. Maybe if there's 4 admirals, the balance of powers may tip over and that would cause the Gorosei to lose their mind because that seems to be an important concern of theirs. Just like how 2 Yonkos meeting up is bad news, if one power is way above what it should be, even if it's by the slightest, this could cause an imbalance in powers that could change things for the worse, and this is why the Gorosei was so adamant in replacing Crocodile as soon as possible. And so the 3 admirals in the Marines is a system that should apply to the older generation as well, and this was proven during episode 0 with Shiki's flashback. And so it's safe to assume that back then in Roger's era, 3 admirals were present in the Marines, or that they were 3 positions in the system that the Navy used. And so this takes me to the missing admiral that we have no information about. Now 27 plus years ago, we know that at that point in time, the Fleet Admiral of the Navy was Kong, and we know that Sengoku was also an admiral back then. So that leaves 2 positions. What we also know is that at least 1 position was vacant, and this goes back to the scene where we see Kong in his office asking Garp to become an admiral, and that's when Garp refused. So there's Sengoku, the position that was left for Garp, and then there's the individual who held the last position. Now mind you, at this point in time, Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru were all vice admirals, so they're definitely out of question. Now the first individual that came to mind was Zephyr, who was an admiral during the golden age of Whitebeard and Roger. And what we also learned about him is that he was the individual who trained a lot of Marines, including the former admiral trio. Z feels like a perfect fit for the last admiral spot during Roger's era, and it really goes well with his backstory. But the problem here is that Zephyr is non-canon, therefore is not related to the events of the main storyline. But Zephyr would fit perfectly in the story if we disregard the events of film Z and incorporate his backstory into the main storyline. That would tie in very well with him being the 3rd admiral at that point in time. I feel like Oda can easily make Zephyr canon if he feels like it, just like how Momosagi and Chanton were non-canon before Oda actually introduced them into the main storyline during the Reverie. Apart from that, this person could be lurking around in the One Piece world just like the Rocks in a sense. It would be cool if this person defected from the Marines at some point, and that could tie in as to why he's not talked about as often. You know, something that would make sense with the story. I think Oda can easily come up with something. If Oda can keep Kaido on the low for 700 plus chapters, he can keep some older generation characters for just as long or even more. I mean, it's just recently that we learned about the Rocks pirates. Again, Oda could fill in some gaps here and there. And when it comes to the Marines, what I've noticed is that there's a theme about 3s, which doesn't necessarily just apply to the admirals, but also the overall world in One Piece, or the overall world of One Piece. The monster trio, the 3 great powers, the 3 commanders of a Yonko's crew, the 3 admirals. So back then, apart from Garp and Sengoku, I feel like there could have been another legendary Marine that we know nothing about. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. What do you guys think about the 3rd admiral during Roger's era? Do you guys think there was a 3rd admiral? Do you think this character is yet to be revealed, or a character that we know nothing of, or maybe this was just a vacant position in the Navy at that point in time? Comment down below what you guys think. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more One Piece content on this channel. It is Pharaoh, and I will see you guys later. Peace.